Have you ever really wished that a gaming company would make the game that you want? Like you watch a show, you read a book, and good God, this camera angle makes me realize that I need to get like a shotgun mic or a non-dynamic. Ooh, that's a little gross looking. But yeah, have you ever felt that way? Like you read a book, you watch a movie, you watch a show, you see something, and you're like, damn, what if they made a game like that? But of course, you were like 9, so you didn't know anything about making games. You couldn't go start your own company. You didn't know anything about anything. And then you get older and you kind of start to do some discovery and like, oh, this is how gaming companies work. Okay, I'm educating myself a little bit. Then, as of yesterday, I'm watching Jake Baldino's video, from Game Ranks. He has his own video. He just talks about stuff he wants to talk about. It's a great video. I'll link it. Go watch it. It's great. And he's talking about WB's downfall. My word. Not his. He doesn't talk about their downfall. He's just talking about how they're squandering everything they have. Wonder Woman is in development hell. They're holding on to the Nemesis system, which they have a patent for, and doing nothing with it. And if you don't know what that is, the Nemesis system was introduced in the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor games. Basically, enemies would remember you. So if you went to fight an enemy and they took you out, they would level up, get stronger, and they would develop based on their interaction with you. So next time you encountered them, they'd have some sort of resistance against what you tried last time. They would remember the tactics you used. You had that sort of relationship with the NPC. Even though, again, it was just a computer, it was really cool because like, oh my God, they remember the 4 times I tried to take them out. So now they're super strong and I have to get really creative with it. And they've done nothing with it. But that's not what pisses me off. What pisses me off is apparently there was a Flash game in development or in talks to start developing, and when the Flash movie bombed, they canceled it. I don't know what these companies are doing. I don't know if they're aware that this piece of media over here has nothing to do with this one. People want a Flash game. Just because the Flash movie bombed for its own reasons, which I enjoyed the movie, but that's neither here nor there. What does that have to do with a game? You think it bombed because it's Flash? Of course not. It bombed because of whatever issues audiences felt with the movie, whether it be the CGI, the writing, the actors, the actresses, whatever. It has nothing to do with the character. The Flash is an awesome character. People want a game. Listen, if there's any character out there that's awesome, chances are we want a game about it. That's a safe assumption. But here's where I got thinking. And if you haven't already, go down and subscribe so you can, come back. We can keep talking about this stuff because it is important and it's interesting. Why don't these companies involve players and the consumers at an earlier time in the process? So if you're not familiar, game companies, they might put out a beta or a private alpha or a private beta or an open beta, whatever it might be. But then they also have the play tests. Like let's say with multiplayer games, they'll bring in a group. They'll have a room with computers. The people are playing it. The play testers are testing out the game. And then you have people behind them from the actual company recording, kind of seeing what's going on. And then they debrief and give their thoughts about how the game plays, whatnot. That's already after a significant amount of the game is built. And again, I'm not a game dev. I'm not a developer. I don't know anything. It just makes a little bit of sense when I think about it. With the way social media is, it is really easy to reach a lot of people, especially if you're a big game company. X, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it might be. These companies should put out a poll. Hey, here's some potential products or projects in terms of games we're thinking about. Brief description of 4 or 6 or 2 or however many there are. Which one of these sounds more interesting? And then do the poll for like a month. Leave it up, or a week, whatever. And then based off the poll, okay, people are showing some interest in that. Okay, now let's dive in, do a little bit more detail. Okay, here's what we're thinking. Here's how it would work, blah, 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 and see what the reception is. It just feels like a lot of these companies are, all right, let's make something that we hope people like because we've dumped hundreds of millions into it. And if they don't like it, we're screwed. Your whole company is based on the success of your products that we, the consumers, have to buy and like. Why not involve them a little earlier? And I'm not saying give creative control over making these games to the consumers. That's not what I'm saying at all. But get a feel, you know? Hey, like I've seen recently a lot of other gaming creators, they'll say, hey, I got to play this game early. I don't get to talk about it until so-and-so, but what questions do you want to know so that when I can talk about it, I can answer all of them? That is preemptively, hey, I'm going to be able to talk about this, so what do you, the viewer, want to know from me so I can make sure and give you what you want? Tell me why someone, if anyone sees this who's involved in some gaming company or a dev or something, why can't you do something like that with potential game projects? Like, hey, we're open to a new project or a new IP. Here's some ideas. Or, hey, public, we're open to new IPs. We have 10 in the pipeline that we're thinking about. Do y'all have any ideas to add? It just kind of seems like a no-brainer to get some feedback from the people you're selling your product to. Again, that's what dictates your success, is whether the gamers out there like it. So, you know, am I missing something here? Can someone tell me? Like, go and comment what you think about this. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I'm having a massive brain fart and missing something. I just can't for the life of me figure out why none of these companies bring in, I'm not saying hire them. I'm not saying, I'll go to every gaming content creator and give them some sort of authority. No, get a generalized poll. Hey, what do y'all like? Here's some cool ideas. What do you think? Oh, awesome. That one sounds great. If nobody votes for this one and they say this looks like trash, okay, that's probably a good indicator. Now, of course, you always have to take it with a grain of salt, because then there's the mass audience. So there's the gamers that are consistently online and paying attention to all this. And then there are the casuals, like I was, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, where I gamed a lot, but I didn't pay attention to anything online. I didn't watch YouTube videos. I didn't, look at gaming news. So I didn't know any of that. Games came out, cool, I played them. You're going to have to, of course, take that in mind as well. But it wouldn't hurt saying, hey, what do you think? Before we even get started, what do you think? Because you can still give control to the devs. Like, if a dev team has some cool idea and they're like, hey, we can do it, here's how it would be, and they all, of course, that's the important part. They got to want to do it. So you let the teams and the individuals come up with the ideas, and then you bring it to the public and say, here's some ideas. What do you think? Now, I don't know the legal standpoint behind that. If a company did that, if Ubisoft came out and said, hey, we've got 5 ideas, could another company like steal that idea? I assume they'd have to like patent those ideas or something. Maybe that's why they don't do it. Maybe after this whole ramble session, maybe it is a legal thing so they don't have theft. But I don't know. There's also nothing new under the sun. So nothing's going to come out that's completely unique, unlike anything else, because that's not how it works. Games pull elements from everything. But I don't know. You let me know. I'm really curious. I think it would be gold. It's basically what they do with alphas. Hey, come play it. Tell us what you think. Okay, you have a portion that's playable. What if it's already garbage by then? If it's terrible at the point of an alpha, you've already put in so much work. So your only chance is to put lipstick on a pig and hope that it comes out decently well for you to at least break even. You know what I mean? Let me know. Tell me what you're drinking. I only had 2 cups of coffee today, but I also had 2 zero sugar Baja Blasts, which also have caffeine in them. So, see, that's something you got to realize. A lot of sodas have caffeine. Now it's only like 30 milligrams, but if you have like 4 a day, that's a cup of coffee. So keep that in mind. Let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what you think of this whole thing. Am I crazy? Am I out of my mind? Does it make a little bit of sense? Because I have a feeling it does. I definitely need to get a new mic. Because when I'm doing like talking head, non-gaming stuff, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to have to put my head up against the mic. That way you're watching me talking to a mic. I want to be able to sit back. Maybe I'll get a shotgun mic. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, you all have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to see me right here trying to go platinum as Jeff the Shark in Marvel Rivals, which if you're familiar, he's not a competitive option. So it's been really tough, but it's also been a lot of fun. So that's made it easier. Yeah, you can go watch that here. It's all on a playlist. I think I'm recording day 8 today. I think there's 5. Day 5 is going up tonight. So enjoy and have a good day.